The first Igbo beings came from Sirius, Ose Oture, and the Pleiades, Umunasa Purija. After the earth cooled off, they landed on earth through Ugoebenaja, which is the mountain of the Moon Mother, Oma. This mount is also known as Ugunzu, the mountain of the calabash chalk, which is a representation of purity. They were as bright as the moon. Others landed on earth through Ikwekili, which is the ancient Igbo term for astral projection. Those from Sirius were androgynous beings, while those from the Pleiades were mostly women. This is why the star of women in Igbo is known as Ugoebenaja. For the record, these were not human beings, they were AGBARA, which are a group of divine beings. They were extremely advanced in the ways of Chi. As a matter of fact, Chi was their main source of power, as Chukwu is the main divine being. They were many divine beings. They were capable of moving trees with a thought of their mind. They basically looked like the creatures from the movie Avatar, except that they were not tall and they didn't have tails. They could transform themselves into trees, plants, and many species of the earth. The Pleiadians decided to live in the waters after helping to design the first Igbo communities. These divine women were able to give birth to children without men. Their offsprings were also AGBARA. Many of them also settled deep in the ocean, sea, and river. As AGBARA were not humans, it is important to note that they were responsible in the events that created humans. ADAKA was the true golden age. ADAKA bụ mgbe enu bụ anị ọsa, mgbe ọba na-eke nwana, mgbe ọnwụ na-abịabeghị n'ụwa. Ndị aka, the first beings of the earth, they did not know anything called ọnwụ. Thus, there was no sacrifice in Aka. There was no need for Ichwaja in Aka, because ndị aka were nothing but pure and spoke nothing but the truth. This is why truth is an expression of life in Igbo. Thus, we say that eziokwu bụ ndụ, truth is life. Death did not enter the earth until the arrival of Ndị Ọra Mmụọ Ogologo, also known as Teghete. This event caused the death of one hero of Ndị Aka named Aliliebe. Ọnwụ Alili marked the beginning of Ogachi, mgbe ọnwụ bịara n'ụwa, when death came into the world. Igbo people have two major ancestors, Ndị Ushi Aka, the ancestors of the night, and Ndị Ushi Egede, the ancestors of the daytime. Though there were different Ndị Egede that arrived in different time periods. Some came to build with us, while some came to weaken us. Ndị Ushi Aka were the ancestors of the night, when there was no daytime, there was no time, and there was no death. Sorrow is called Akwa Arịrị in Igbo because Arịrị, Alili, is the name of a hero of Ndị Aka during their war with Ndị Ọra Mmụọ Ogologo Egede. Tall spirits from the sun, they landed on earth through Mars, Obuikenga. Mars was much closer to the earth during that time. Some Ndị Mbụ Aka left the earth through their own free will because we were much more advanced in the ways of Chi. Arịrị and his warriors were weakened from this war because the visitors came from a more advanced universe. They destroyed their universe and decided to invade ours. After over 1 million years of our golden age, Ugaka, Ọra Mmụọ Ogologo told Ndị Aka to sacrifice Alili to the sun, and they did it together. But this particular sacrifice weakened Ndị Aka some more, and that's how death came into the world. Not only did death came into the world, lies, deceit, wickedness, and all manner of evil also came into the world. This was the beginning of our downfall. Before this sacrifice, we had no knowledge of death because we had no knowledge of time, because all we had was nighttime. There was no daytime. This is why when something tragic happens in Igbo, we cry, Akwa Alili. Alili egbuo m, Alili egbuo m. Ndi Orammo Ogonogo brought the end of our golden age, weakened our advancements of Chi, forced our mothers into mating with them, and had hybrid children with them. These hybrid offerings of Ndiagere are the ones creating many chaos in Igbo land today. They despise truth and order. They despise restoration and preservation. They despise development and progression. They despise change. And they despise purity. Everything Ndi Orammo Ogonogo told us was pure lies. This is why we are no longer as advanced in the ways of Chi as we used to be. We went from immoral to mortals. We lost regards for our divine mothers. Ever since then, the black man never regained true consciousness. From the story of Alilebe, it is clear that the concept of sacrifice was brought to the earth by the invaders from a destroyed universe. Nobody knows what destroyed their universe. What we know is that they landed here and created mayhem. Ndiaka went from AGBARA to ADAKA and from ADAKA to Mmadu. Mmadu is a mortal being with a limited ability, though intelligent but very limited ability compared to the ability of Ndiaka. In most mythologies, the concept of when AGBARA ruled the earth refers to a primordial time in the distant past, before the existence of humans, where powerful divine beings directly governed the world. These powerful divine beings were our ancestors, Ushi, and we are a product of the forceful mating between Teghete and Ndiaka. This mating weakened our genes and turned us to humans and brought the second age of the world, known as Ogachi, after over 1 million years of our golden age, known as Ogaka. This is why Ogachi was the age of self-realization and dualism. It is also important to note that we made peace with Ndiagede, Orammo Ogonogo, through our creation of Igbo, which is Udo. This is why when two people are fighting, those that came to stop the fight will be saying, Ebo, Ebo, Ebo. It is because Ebo is Igbo, and Igbo is the forest of life, which is Udo. Igbo is one of the many avatars of Eze Udo. Igbo is the mediator of the earth. In a football match, Igbo would be the referee. And now you know what Igbo is. Igbo is like the forest. The forest is the mediator of the earth. The forest creates the ecosystem which preserves life. And life is beingness, and beingness is Udo. In Afa, Ichuaja is Obi, Atolopa, while Igbo is Atolopa, Obi. It means that to be Igbo is to be upright. Throughout the 4 world ages, during each age, humans lost potency. Human potency and intelligence did not increase throughout the world ages. Ogachi people were not as potent as Ogaka beings. Ogamu people were not as potent as Ogachi people. And Ogazi people are not as potent as Ogamu people. As the ages moved, we drifted apart from Chukwu and got more closer to Ajana, which is the physical earth. The totemic spirit of Ogaka is Agofu, also known as Awolofu. In this Sirius Ugo Art, he is depicted as a winged leopard standing on top of the palm tree, staring at the primordial star Sirius, which is the primordial star of Ndembo. Igbo Baga. Ogaka beings were Omuagofu. They lived in harmony with Chukwu, and they were all one and spoke only Afa. The first tree created by Chukwu is the palm tree. Thus, the palm tree is the Igbo tree of life. The mystical winged leopard stands on top of the palm tree, staring at the primordial star, represents how advanced and in tune Ndiaka were in the ways of Chi. Ndiaka depended on the direct source, which is Chukwu. In Alpha, he is Aka Ofu, the primordial one, the primordial source.